to another episode of the Total R&B Podcast. And today I'm super excited because I have rising Latin R&B artist Abrina on the podcast today, who is here to talk about her latest project, which is called Sunsetcliff. So welcome to the podcast, Abrina. Thank you
Thank
for being here.
thank you for having me.
Now, of course, thank you for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I really appreciate it. I start my podcast off with the same question every time. What comes to mind when I say, what is your first memory of R&B music?
Listening to Stevie Wonder, Ribbon in the Sky, driving in the back of my mom's car and being like, Mom, what is this? Play this again. And that was when I first fell in love with R&B.
I love that because he is a legend, an
Yeah,
icon. He is everything. So
everything.
that is amazing. What is your favorite, if you could name one, what is your favorite Stevie Wonder song?
Well, definitely Ribbon in the Sky is my favorite song of all time ever. But I would also say Overjoyed is another one that I'm like, melts my
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah, no, that is my favorite Stevie Wonder song is Overjoyed. Like I love that song. Love
Mhm.
it. And for you, so when did you start singing?
So my grandfather played in like a band. It was more like mariachi music. So he used to force me to get up and sing when I was like a little kid. But I would say I started singing around like 8 years old, just like little family parties. Um, and then once my family discovered I could sing, they never stopped asking me to sing everywhere. So did all of that for a long time. And then I even did junior theater down in San Diego. So I was always like on stage somewhere. Yeah.
And so did you always have a love for being on stage or were you ever shy to like perform?
Yeah, I was definitely one of those shy kids at first. Like it took a minute for me to break out of my shell. So I was real quiet, real timid. And then I would say it wasn't until like the end of middle school, early high school when I like broke out of the shell and was everywhere and doing dance team and theater and all this stuff and people were like discovering I could sing and like wasn't as nervous being on stage anymore. So I really finally like came into like my personality that I have more now. So yeah, it took a minute. It didn't come as easy before, no.
Okay. No, I always wonder that because I always find like the biggest like stars, music stars, they're very shy.
Yeah,
You wouldn't necessarily think that because they're on stage and they're pouring their heart and soul in the music, they're being vulnerable, so you would think the last thing is that they're actually shy in person. So for me, like just a few days ago I got to meet Patti LaBelle at the Essence Festival.
crazy.
Yeah, and we made friends with one of her reps, and he was asking about her performance, how she was so nervous and she was so shy, and we're like, Patti LaBelle,
That's
like,
crazy. Yeah,
right? You would never think that. It to me, it just always blows my mind when I hear that. It's
that's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, I think it's like you develop your stage persona and you separate it from who you are as an individual. And I started doing that too because sometimes I would get a little nervous, especially if it's for me, the weird thing is if it's a small intimate setting,
Yeah.
that makes me more nervous than if it's like thousands and thousands of people. So, yeah, I think it's like turning everything on and becoming this like alter ego and then that kind of like helps a little bit, but yeah, it took me a minute to get to that point.
And when did you decide to take this on a professional level? Like this is what you want to do with your career?
Yeah, so I went to college and I would say I was still like a teenager and I won this performance contest at Universal City Walk up here in LA and I kind of dropped out of college. So I'm a college dropout. And then after that, I kind of just went full throttle into music. And I just was like, you know what? I'm young right now. Like I could always go back to college, even though I never did. But and I just like felt that I wanted to like seize hold of the opportunity because everybody was hitting me up at that time. So yeah, it was like right when I was in college for a couple years.
Okay, but always I find during that time there's like a life-changing period that happens around that time. So for you it's probably realizing like you knew exactly what you wanted to do and you just went after it during that time, which is really cool because some people wait. They do the whole school thing because they may feel pressure from their parents, but it's not really what they want to do. So it
Mhm.
for them sometimes they don't like the delay of chasing their dreams after doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was mad at me for the longest time, didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
Parents were definitely pissed about it, but I think yeah, it was like the me winning that contest and then me being in college and being like, you know what, I want to do it now. I need to just seize hold of it now. So it was like that defining moment. And it was hard. It was scary because it's like I'm 19 moving to LA full on. Like I got to get a job. I don't know what I'm doing. And then that's why it's like it's a whole journey, you know?
No, of course. And so now we can all get into Sunset Cliff. And the cover art is really pretty.
Thank you.
So tell me about that. Where like that's a real place because I have no clue where Sunset Cliff is. You were on that cliff. Looked a little dangerous, but it was very pretty.
Thank you. So, Sunset Cliff is my favorite place in my hometown in San Diego, and you gotta go if you've ever been to San Diego. Make sure you go to Sunset Cliff. It's like a gorgeous area in front of the ocean, beautiful like places that you can hike down and go to the actual beach, little caves. It's like a little surreal place. So it was always my favorite thing to go to escape to have fun with my friends, to just like unwind, like release whatever I'm dealing with at that time, like my little sweet escape. So I always had that in the back of my mind when I was making this music. And I just wanted to like kind of tell my story a little bit more, have people connect with me and know where I'm from and like how important it was for me, even though I only live in LA, which is 2 hours away, but it's like San Diego is such like a beautiful beach city, and there's really not a lot of artists that are like big from out of there. It's like kind of that small town ish a little bit, but considered a big city. But yeah, so that's kind of like what came about for the EP, and not only is it a place though, it's also like a mindset. So it's like, I've been doing music for 12 years now, so it's been a long journey. I did start when I was super young, when I was a teenager, which is like a lot of people, like it takes time. Like it's not always overnight for some people. So for me, it took a minute, but I think like Sunset Cliff showed me that like living on the edge and pushing forward and never giving up, and like kind of helped me stay grounded a little bit, and kind of showed that I can really do anything, that I could keep going, and I'm just proud of myself for not giving up. So it's like that whole mindset too. So yeah.
I love that. The project, the EP opens up with a Sea of Diamonds. And I always find it's so important to have like a really good song as a first track because it kind of sets the tone for the whole album.
Yeah.
And I think Sea of Diamonds, it pushes it to like a good start. Like I was excited to hear everything that followed after that. Um, why did you choose that to open with? Was there like a specific meaning for it? Like, why did you choose that when sequencing everything?
Yeah. So Sia Diamonds was almost the last song from the project that I created. And I just was like, I love my project, but I feel like I still need the song that's like the essence of the project. So I created that song like with the vision of like I'm sitting on that cliff. Like what am I feeling? What have I been going through? Like what do I want to say? So it kind of is basically the whole vibe of the project, like all in one, like tied everything together. And it's about sitting on the cliff and like how I get over things and like refresh and recharge my battery basically. So yeah.
No, it's like I said, it's a good start to the album because it got me excited to listen to everything else. And then of course we have Type of Girl that you came out with, Good Love Forever, and those are such like it just gives me a summer vibe. Those tracks. So tell me a little bit about them, like who was producing those tracks, what was the vibe when creating those two songs?
Yeah, so Good Love, I worked with amazing producers. Eric Hudson, who some may know from Chris Brown Residuals, and like just everybody. And so I got super lucky being able to like work with him. And then my boy KP, he did Good Love as well, and Good Love was actually co-written by me and also this songwriter. His name's DC Church, and he wrote After Hours by Kehlani, and he wrote on like the new Friday project. He's done like amazing work, so he's definitely coming up in the game. But so I definitely had like my A-list squad. And we released it almost a year ago. So I know that it's been out for a while, but I always wanted to put an artist on it. And so like I just feel like I really needed that. Like I wanted to hear like a male voice on there and like kind of just take it home. So Good Love Forever is basically the revamp of Good Love, and it's with an amazing artist, December. Shout out to him. He's from LA out here, but he just gave the song like exactly what I was looking for, what I needed. And it took a while to find him. Like I was going back and forth with other artists a lot. Oh my gosh. And it just was like, no, I'm not paying that crazy fee. Like, no, I'm not doing all that. Like, that's crazy. So it worked out perfectly though, because he gave the perfect addition to what it needed. So shout out to him and his team. And then Type of Girl was like, I think I loved where we were going with Good Love, and Type of Girl, the producer KP, he was like, "Yo, we need another one of these. It's your vibe. You know, you come from San Diego, but you're Mexican, and you love groove theory." And he's like, "I know what you listen to in your car," and it's like. He's like, I think I love how it like takes people back, and like let's keep that going, and it's still party vibes. So we kept that going with Type of Girl, and yeah, definitely gonna see more of that too from me because I love being at the day parties and all that. So might as well. I love the good vibes with my friends and the summertime songs. So definitely want to keep that going.
Yeah, no, they are definitely a vibe. I really do enjoy those songs, but the whole project itself is such a good project. It's like well put together and everything. So tell me a bit about your experience because you did mention Eric Hudson. How was it working with him? Were you actually in the studio with him to work on the song?
So um, it was super organic. I was in the studio with KP and we were like finishing the song. And he was like, "Yo, Eric Hudson's about to pull up. Like, me and him have to finish something else." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, just like talk to him, just meet him, like just say what's up to him." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool." So we're in there, and he pulls up early, like he wanted to order like some pizza or something, and so he was just in the studio, just like vibing with us. And then he was like, "Yo, let me hear more of your stuff." And I was like, "Yes." So I played him all my other music and just like wanted his feedback, like, because he's done so much. Like, I wanted to know what he felt about everything and like any feedback. So he was like, "Yeah, I love this. I love this." And then KP kind of played it funny because he was like, "Yo, we're actually working on this right now. Like, we actually still need to finish it. Like, do you hear anything?" And then he was like, "Actually, let me fuck with it." So he like there on the spot started playing stuff, and he played that piano you hear at the end. He like messed with a little couple things. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this is happening." And I was like, yes. I was like, "What do I gotta do? Do I gotta go get this guy like a bottle or something? Like, this is amazing." And then it was cool because he was just so chill, like not trying to be big time or anything. Like, he was just like, "Yo, I think you're dope. Like, just keep going." And he just gave me a couple like little feedback things, and I was like super appreciative. So, well, all like was a perfect night. It like worked out perfectly. Like, oh, thank God.
Well, that's amazing. And shout out to KP who slid that in there so he could start, working on the song. So that's
That
super cool.
you know what he was doing. I was like,
Of course. I love that. And then I also saw too that you were selected by Jermaine Dupri, who I find is another, goat in this industry, whether it's hip hop or R&B. He does it all. But he selected you to do the title collab doc. So how was that feeling to be selected by him?
amazing. I like, one of my top five R&B artists is definitely Mariah. So clearly Jermaine Dupri is like the GOAT for sure for me. But it was just like kind of surreal. Like we got to go to Atlanta. Well, first off, he like hopped in on the call. We didn't even know he was gonna be in the call, and he was like, "Yo, Reggie, Abrina, like I want to get in with you guys." And I was like, "What? This is insane that he even knows who I am." So then we fly out to Atlanta, like, and we go to his compound, and it's like all the plaques everywhere, everything you could think of, Escape, TLC, Usher, Mariah, everyone, everything. And I'm like, this is insane. And I guess that's the same compound studio that he's had for the past 25 years, the social death compound. And it was like, this is insane. So it was just super dope. Like he was super dope. Like he knew exactly what to work on right away. Like he was like, all right, you guys take it from here. I'm gonna go. And he like went to go smoke his hookah for a little bit and like would just peep back in every like 20, 30 minutes. And I was like, all right, guys, we gotta do this. Like we gotta really impress him. Come on. So no, it was definitely one of the dopest experiences I've had in my career for sure.
That's amazing. And so then now, because you mentioned before, like you've been doing this for 12 years. So, that's a long time. And now that you're at this point, looking back, like what would you tell that teenage girl, 12 years ago who was starting out? Like, what would you tell her now?
I would tell her that, you know, everything happens for a reason. I would tell her don't rush things. Um, and to just make sure you always surround yourself with people that really, really have your back. Um, because when you start off so young, it's hard to navigate. And I feel like I had a lot of people in my ear and pulling me in different directions because it was like, no, you should sound like this. No, you should sound like this. And so I kind of wish I just listened to exactly what I want to do from the beginning, which is not what I'm doing. So it's why you're hearing all this great music because it's genuine. It's me instead of people trying to mold me and pull me in different directions. So, yeah, I would just tell her, like, make sure you surround yourself with genuine people who really, really have your back. Like, pay attention to the red flags. Because, like, music industry is like in a relationship. When you jump in a relationship with someone, if you're not paying attention to all these red flags, like, eventually time's wasted. Eventually they do you dirty. Like, that's the same. Sorry. That's the same with, that's the same with music, like getting in bed with someone in your music industry, working in the studio, working with them, having them on your team. It's like, only work with good people that really, really have your back. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that is good advice for younger you and also for anybody that's coming up in the industry. Because you hear just so many stories of people, chasing something, but to find out it's not really what it is or what it looks like. And then also to building a team. So many people go through different managers, different publicists, and things like that, trying to find the right people that understand you as an artist and then actually want to see you win. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. People got to get your vision, and you had to be clear on your vision first off. And then it's like, you got to get everyone else to see your vision. And if they don't, then that's not the right team for you. And they have to work as hard as you or harder. Like, I've worked with people that they just wanted to chime in when they wanted to chime in, and then it was still just me doing everything, and you think it's helping but it's inhibiting you. So it's like definitely finding your team is key, very key. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's something that I always ask artists is how they found their team, especially management. I find a lot of artists have a hard time finding like a really good manager. So they also put that too. They one of the first people I ever interviewed, she put it as like dating. It's the same thing, like finding your manager is like dating. You have to like try
Yeah,
different people to find the right one. So yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, definitely went through a long dating phase for sure. It's hard. I mean, you see even big artists like going through different managers, so they sometimes don't even have it figured out. It's a lot of work, so it's like you got to find someone that's just really committed in there for you. So it's hard because it's who wants to manage an artist? Like that's it's crazy. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. But I guess you have to, if you know that you're the type of person, I guess, that could take that on and has those qualities naturally, well, the majority of them at least, I think it's a great thing to like step out and at least try, you know?
Right. Fact.
And then what about parents, family? Are they supporting now? Are they no longer upset that you dropped out of college?
It took my mom years to let that go, but finally she did. My dad was always the very supportive one. So he always had my back. And then my mom is like the more tougher, tough love, you know. But yeah, they're very supportive. I actually just did my EP release party in San Diego. So it was a lot of my family that came out, which was really cool. Like my aunts, my cousins. So it was like all my family in there, which is hilarious. But no, they're very supportive. Anytime I have like shows that they can come to, they definitely pull up. Big Mexican family, just rooting me on. But yeah, the family support's been good.
Okay, good. I love to
Yeah.
hear that. And I know there's going to be more amazing things happening for you, so I know that they're going to be super excited for what's to come. For us as fans, do you have anything that's coming up that we need to tap into besides supporting your current EP, Sunset Cliff?
So definitely, keep streaming Sunset Cliff. I just dropped a Cliff's live sessions. So me and one of the homies, guitarists, we just went up to the Cliffs and like recorded a live version of three of the songs. Um, so the first episode just dropped today. So that's just came out. It's actually of Sea Diamond. So I did that like an
Good.
acoustic cover of it. So that's coming out, and I have two other ones. And I may or may not be shooting visuals for Love Me While I'm Down. So I think we're gonna do a dope little video for that. Um, and then yeah, we're just pushing this EP for a minute, but I am in the studio all the time. So I think I might have a new song coming even before the end of summer. So we're just gonna keep working. We're just gonna keep pushing.
No, that's great. So we have so much to look forward to, so many things to watch that's coming out. So we're looking forward to the sessions. I gotta get to these cliffs. I gotta take my behind
Oh
to
my
the
yeah.
show.
Have you been to San Diego before?
No, I literally just went to LA for the first time, I think 2 years ago. And then I went to Oakland. So now I need to get to San
Now
Diego.
you gotta go down more. Yeah. Yeah. No, LA is a vibe. San Francisco's a vibe. San Diego's its own other beach city vibe. So it's all about the views. We have really good food, the best Mexican food. Don't listen to anybody.
Okay, well, see, that's all I need to hear. Good
Yeah.
food, good Mexican food. You guys won.
Yeah. We got it on there. Yeah.
No, that is dope. And then for those that don't know who's seeing and hearing you for the first time, where can we follow you online?
Everything's at Abrina Music on my TikTok, my Instagram, everything, all Abrina Music, and on like Spotify and Apple Music and all that. It's just Abrina. So I know people get like confused, like I've been looking up Abrina Music. I'm like, no, it's just Abrina.
And
But
I will say too, autocorrect. When I was putting it in before, it kept putting Sabrina. I'm like, I don't
yeah,
want Sabrina.
I can't stand that. Every time I tell people to go to my Spotify or my pages, she pops up first. I made
Hmm.
a little TikTok about that. I was like, well, Sabrina always pops up when it's me. But we're gonna get through it.
Yeah. No, it's gonna change.
Obviously, I'm just happy. Yeah,
One day it's gonna change. It's gonna correct Sabrina to Abrina.
that'd be great. I'm like, I need to send a message to Apple. Like, come on.
Right? No,
Yeah.
I love that. So thank you so much, Abrina, for taking time out of your day to speak with me.
Your
I
nails
really
are
appreciate
fire
it.
too. I like
Oh,
those.
thank you.
Fire.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, and this is the Total R&B Podcast. My name is Loreena, and you can find us online on Instagram and TikTok when I remember to post at total.rnb, and I will be back with a brand new interview.